Hey, what's happening, family? It's your man, Mark Black. Happy Friday, motherfuckers. We made it. First of all, got a surprise for you. Here is the very first of the Angry Black Sheep cups. As you can see, very nice quality. I'm going to be having my morning Joe out of it this morning. There you go. Got the ADOS logo on it with the quote from our elder brother, MLK, right? We've got here, let's see, remediation, restoration, and repair. That's what we all about. And it also has the Angry Black Sheep logo on the back so you can represent the family. So I'm going to set up a quick cup and we're going to get into this morning's topic. What I want to talk about this morning, family, is factions and wedge issues. So as this ADOS thing is kind of taking off on social media and in real life, we've seen a lot of smoke, a lot of shade from various groups. You know who they are. And that's okay. That's what we expected, right? That's what we prepared for the last couple of years, right? But I want to warn us of one of the greatest dangers that we have facing our transformational moment here, this push that we're making. And that danger is wedge issues. I did a broadcast yesterday where I discussed the need for our religious brothers and sisters, spiritual brothers and sisters, to get on board with this thing too. And I actually lost a sub or two. And to be honest, I wasn't really tripping about it. I'm still not tripping about it. What I'm going to do with that information is use it as an object lesson. We, the American descendants of slaves, are becoming avid proponents and active in the use of identity politics. What do I mean by identity politics? It's simple. Using your group identity as a means to gain and utilize and wield political power, right? In other words, we, by organizing under the banner of ADOS, are attempting for the first time in this country to unapologetically practice identity politics. This is a goodness. Everybody else is doing it. For as much chiding as everyone is doing to us, as much shade as they're throwing in our direction, every single group that has an interest of some sort, that has numbers, right, are all engaging in identity politics. Latinos regularly engage in identity politics. LGBTQIA regularly indulge in identity politics. Hell, we would argue that the Republicans and the Democrats are the two parties that both engage in white identity politics, right? So that's really, truly how politics is done in this country. But in every group, there's always the danger of wedge issues, right? For example, you look at the Democrats and the Republicans. The Democrats claim to be pro-choice. The Republicans claim to be pro-life. Abortion or abortion rights or sexual rights or whatever the case may be is a wedge issue. They're both still two wings on the same white supremacist bird, if you will, but they have an issue amongst themselves enough to drive them to separate. A wedge issue. Wedge issues are a problem. Factions are not. Right now, in the ADOS push that we're making, right, you have brothers and sisters now who have come out and identified as BADOS, or Black American Descendants of Slaves. You've got the DOAS, or the Descendants of American Slavery group, that was basically founded, I believe, by a brother named Norris Shelton. They have a flag and so on and so forth, right? And they've been coming out and making their voices known. I've even seen one BADASS, or BADAS, right? Black American Descendants of Antebellum Slavery and Sharecropping, Okay. So you got all of these different groups, all of them who are claiming to adhere to the teachings or to be followers, supporters of various advocates, right? Like I said, Norris Shelton in the case of DOAS, right? Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore in the case of ADOS, and so on and so forth. Factions are good. This is how we're going to, first of all, create the critical mass needed for all of us to organize to make this push, right? We're not all right away going to be on the same page on everything, okay? We're united right now by the tie that binds, which is our lineage, right? None of these groups with their respective hashtags or monikers are against the American descendants of slaves or the descendants of slaves. I'll just use that as a general term, organizing for their collective benefit and for the redress of grievances. But some of these groups are more nationalist, meaning that they not only want us to get our due from the United States, but they want us to separate from the United States, right? As far as I'm aware, ADOS, the proponents of that, Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore, are not black separatists. We're not looking to create a nation within a nation. And I say we because I usually align kind of my thoughts, my thinking around this issue with theirs. In other words, I find that our thinking aligns, right? I'm not a robot, but, it is what it is. So you have the idea around separation or nationalism. That has a potential to be a wedge issue and it needs to be addressed. Different people have different religious values and ideas. And that has the potential to be a wedge issue. My point is, family, this morning, Joe, is to explain to you that it is okay for you to be affiliated with one of these respective camps. We're all saying the same thing. We're all saying that the descendants of slaves in the United States, not all of South and North America, but the United States, are a distinct and unique class with its own lineage, its own heritage, and so on and so forth. And justice is due to the descendants of the slaves, right? Of the slaves enslaved within the confines of the United States of America prior to the introduction of the Constitution and the Articles of Confederation and so on and so forth up to today. All right. So when we say American, we're not talking about motherfucking Brazilians. We're not talking about, Guatemalans. We're not talking about Canadians. We're talking about United States citizens. We all agree on that. Now, if you are thinking that there's an idea that you want to see come to the fore that has the potential to be a wedge issue, rather than standing so hard and fast on it, talk to your brothers and sisters about it, right? I don't have a problem with DOAS people representing the DOAS flag. They can come on my channel. They can wave their flag proudly. Hell, I might even buy one myself, right? I'm not going to let the use of a flag or not be a wedge issue, right? I've got brothers and sisters on this channel who are Hebrew Israelite, who are Christian, who are Muslim, who are Jews, who are atheists. I'm not going to let the religious adherence or lack of it be a wedge issue between us. Right? We can have the discussions, but at some point, family, we have to be politically savvy enough to allow those various lifestyle things to sit to the side, right, while we do this work. Factions are okay. Choose up. Pick your side. We're all saying the same shit. Wedge issues are death to us. They're going to be the difference between our success and our failure. And they have to be addressed and have to be dealt with. Family, enjoy your weekend. Have a happy Friday. Make sure you go on to the website, order your cup so you can lift your cup up with me. And until the next time I see you, love, peace, prosperity, and power, real power to our people.